So that explosive Seattle Seahawks offense lost a little bit of explosion over the offseason with the loss of Kenneth Walker. However, I have an idea that might be helpful for them to have the chance to potentially repeat as Super Bowl champions. So we will talk about that here in 3, 2, 1. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Soss here with the First Round By Show, where we bring you all football all the time. And today we are talking about, yes, that explosive offense that Seattle had that helped get them to the Super Bowl. However, the funny part about that is that whenever they got to the Super Bowl, some of that explosion was dissipated, at least in the passing game. And now the thing that got them to the Super Bowl, the running game, has actually kind of taken a hit. So we all know that Zach Charbonnet, he had into his season and everything. That dude, he's a battering ram. He's a touchdown vulture. I actually had Kenneth Walker in fantasy, and it really, really frustrated me every single time because of the fact that that dude would, anytime Kenneth Walker would be doing anything decent, getting a bunch of touches, get close to the goal line or within the red zone, and all of a sudden take him out, throw in Zach Charbonnet, he gets the touchdown. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, one of the big things is, one of the big reasons why Seattle got to the Super Bowl was because of their insane running game. The two-headed monster of Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, it was tough to face because even if you did stop them, then you still had to deal with a very hot Sam Darnold doing insanely well in his second year. Well, in this 2-year span, I guess, throwing it to JSN, throwing it to Cooper Kupp, all that good stuff. So that Seahawks offense, one of the main reasons why it was humming was because of that running game. And now there's some question marks with that running game, right? Well, here is my answer. So I think, because at the end of the day, so I saw that they were going to try to get an extension done with Kenneth Walker, right? That's perfectly fine. Part of the reason why they let him walk was because dude's a Super Bowl champ. He's going to want top running back money, right? If you already have a really good running back and you're running a running back by committee, it's kind of asinine to pay top 5 or top 10 running back money to a running back if you're just not going to get the best return on your investment. And at the end of the day, that's one of the big things that they need to be able to do in order to repeat as champs, right? So with that being said, they ended up letting him walk. So there's a bit of a hole there, right? They still have the explosion in the passing game because they still got JSN, Cooper Kupp, Sam Darnold, and then, of course, they have Rashid Shaheed, who was phenomenal as a number 2/slot. He came in and just really, really showed a lot of explosion and helped out that offense. Now, this huge hole at running back. So they signed a couple of, lower to mid-tier running backs. But I personally think that they are in prime position because of the way that their offense, their team is structured. They are in prime position to pick up a running back in the NFL draft. The reason why I think that they should do that is because, especially if it doesn't even have to be a first-round pick. I don't even think really that any of these running backs outside of Jeremiah Love are worthy of a first-round pick. Like the gap between Jeremiah Love and the next running backs is it's a huge chasm. That's just how it is. This draft class, it's a very weird draft class, but you can always find some really good running backs in, second, third, fourth, fifth round. Some of the top running backs are, they weren't first round picks. Derrick Henry, for example, he was a second round pick. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but the point of this video is to talk about who they could potentially pick. And my pick for the Seattle Seahawks, it's not going to be Jeremiah Love, because I do not think that they are going to be within striking position to be able to pick him up unless he just randomly falls. But he is probably the best offensive player in the whole draft. So because of that, I think that they are going to get Mr. Mike Washington Jr., or they have an opportunity to get Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas. The dude is honestly kind of a freak. So he ran a 4.33 40, which would replace the explosiveness and the speed that they are losing with Kenneth Walker and now gaining with Mike Washington. That is an insane big playability. The other part of it too is, let me go back and look. So my dude is 6'2", 223 pounds. That's not a small guy. That's a big old boy. That is a big old boy. He had the college production. Granted, it was looks like the last 2 years of his college career, he really kind of went off. He had a little over 1,000 yards, but this dude, he's a beast of a man, and he runs very fast. So I think that he would be a very good complement, because at the end of the day, the thing is too, the one area that he kind of lacks in, at least that I can see just based off of stats and everything, is that his receiving stats, he's not going to give you as much in the passing game as Kenneth Walker would. So he's had sporadic moments here and there where he has been used as a weapon, getting he usually gets a couple of catches, 2 to 3 catches a game, but nothing too crazy. It's mostly going to be his running ability and his big play threat. But I do think that he would absolutely thrive on this offense in a running back by committee mindset, or setup, I should say. Not mindset. What am I thinking? But yeah, I think that Mike Washington Jr. would be amazing for the Seattle Seahawks, and he would help retool them and give them something that they lost with Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs. And I think that the whole league should be on notice if they do get Mike Washington, because of the fact, or it doesn't even matter, in all honesty, who they get. If they get even a decent replacement for Kenneth Walker and get that same explosion, that ups their chances of becoming repeat Super Bowl champs. So, with all that being said, per the usual with this show, the main vibe of the show is to get your opinions as well. So, because at the end of the day, I'm just a football fan. I'm just a really big football fan that loves talking sports. Same with Jose. So, hop down that comment section below. Fire it up, please. Make sure that you reach out and let us know what you think about that opinion. Do you think that Mike Washington is a good fit for Seattle? If he isn't a good fit, then what options do you think that they have at running back to be able to replace or replicate Kenneth Walker's contributions to that offense? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you drop a like, comment, and then hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for post notifications so you know anytime we post videos. We are actually looking at doing some different things. We're trying to add more availability for the community to be able to come together and everything. So because of that, you won't want to miss out. Join this community. We are growing every single day, and we absolutely love the support. We are also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. You can find all the links in the description and everything. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for your support. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.